That was a fun countdown. Ba-da-ba-bum-bow, Banger Management Fantasy Hockey Podcast. Woo!
Woo!
I changed up the melody.
I tried to follow your rhythm.
Yeah, I changed it up a bit. Let's change it
I was
up.
gonna
Josh
say-
is off doing his solo tour today.
Yeah.
So our lead vocalist has...
He's pulling a John Lennon on us.
Yeah, he is. And without the persuasion of Yoko Ono, he just left. No, I'm kidding. He's back. He'll be back next episode, but still.
Let's give a... Yeah, do we say why he's not here?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to say it or should I say it?
Do you want to say it?
Josh is currently collaborating with the Five Hole Fantasy Podcast guys on their weekly Saturday live stream for your sit-start questions. So pretty cool collab if you ask me. Hopefully we get a lot more collabs in the future. But and that's why we are a duo today and not a trio. But it's the best duo, so listen.
Yeah.
And I don't always say that when it's me and somebody else.
I've been at the receiving end of that, and it's pretty brutal out there. I guess you're the burger, and then Josh and I are the fries and drink. I just don't know who's who. I think I'm the fries. Yeah, you're the burger.
I always look forward to eating the fries. Num 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 num.
Okay.
Okay, let's
First
get into
Nico Heischer, now this. Oh no.
How about you start us off?
Big time lollygag session over there.
Yes.
Okay, welcome in to Banger Management, the Fantasy Hockey Podcast, with your esteemed Burger Fry host Jake and Kevin.
No Josh.
Today is our Josh. Today is our Week 8 streaming waiver streaming streamers episode.
Exactly.
This is basically the episode where we tell you who's going to have a good week ahead, and also some guys to pick up off waivers who have long-term potential. What the hell?
Potential? What's potential? I'm talking about potential, baby. Banger potential.
I forgot how to English there for a second.
Happens to me all the time.
Okay, potential. Yes. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. Rate us 5 stars if you like what you hear. The follow button is extremely important, though.
Yep.
We have a lot of listeners, and we can definitely up our follower, subscriber numbers.
Yeah.
So
60% of the people that are listening to this podcast as we speak are not currently following the podcast, which is
Yes.
very, very peculiar, if you ask me. Very peculiar information. But so if you're not already, follow it so that you're notified every time there's a new episode because you want to listen to the new episodes.
Yeah, you'll be notified, as Kevin mentioned, whenever the new episodes come out, and it really does help us. So if you don't follow us, then it means you don't like us, and that's kind of sad.
Boo-hoo.
But you do like us.
Yeah.
All right. And subscribe on YouTube. Love that we can say that now.
Yes.
Super duper fun. And all the socials are in the link tree, which are in the podcast description. Instagram, TikTok, Reddit. We are there. Come give us a
MySpace,
follow.
Zillow.
Yes. Discord community is where it's at. Definitely join the Discord community as well. So we are going to start off with our Week 7 choices. Okay. So, first of all, we recommended my pride and joy, the one, the only, best center on Columbus, Adam Fantilli. I had to fight tooth and nail to make y'all see the light on Adam Fantilli, and thank you for coming on the
You did not have to
Fantilli
fight
train.
tooth and nail.
I didn't have to fight. I had to fight like tooth. Like maybe
Fair
no
enough.
nail. No, but I just saw the skill was there, and now he's playing with Voronkov, Marchenko, the power play one. This is a high scoring team. Love it. Roster him if he's still like on your waiver somehow, because there's a lot of potential this year.
We highlighted him as a potential league-winning pickup. Like earlier in the season, it was Leo Carlsson. Now you get another opportunity with Adam Fantilli. Not saying he's going to do what Leo Carlsson's been doing the whole year, but he's going to be elite for your fantasy team. In the Discord, I've just been like helping people out and who to drop for Adam Fantilli, and the fact that he's available in still so many leagues is just wild. So if he's still on your waivers currently, see if you should go pick him up.
That 2023 draft, man, the top 3 picks: Connor Bedard, Leo Carlsson, Adam Fantilli.
That's a
and
wild
Will
draft.
Smith at number 4 is
Not a bad
nothing to
consolation
scoff
prize.
at. You know? Yeah, seriously, that was a crazy top 3 though. All right, next we have William Eklund of the San Jose Sharks. He had played 3 games. He got 2 assists, 2 points, and just for good measure for Fantilli, he had 4 games in Week 7, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points.
Yep. Great pickups all around.
Yeah, 2 wins there. And then we have Andrei Burakovsky, 3 games played, 1 assist, 1 point, but he was injured, so he can't really fault us there. Nevertheless, it's an L. We got to be fair about this. Our record on the was it a good pickup scale for the season is 11-4. Not bad. Not bad.
Pretty good.
Yes. 2-game teams this coming up week 8 are Edmonton and Seattle. So, there's quite a few 4-game teams, so we don't really need to get into that. We're going to talk about the top players with those. And the off nights. That's Dallas Stars, Ottawa Senators, Washington Capitals.
Yep.
Pretty excited about what the Capitals are doing, but more on that in our Buy Low Sell High episode coming up, which is going to be dropping tomorrow. All right, let us begin with
number 10.
Nice. That was good. That was
I'm nothing if
elite,
not incredible.
Actually, that was elite.
But we need to just give a short preface,
Yes.
one of those 3.
Yes.
We're going to cover 10 guys here that are really good for your points. Some of them contribute in bangers as well. We're always, talking about bangers on banger management. But these guys are going to get points exposure. We'll cover more banger heavy guys in a top 5 after, and then your goalies after. So stay tuned.
Right.
A lot of good stuff coming. But for number 10, we got...
I closed the window for a moment. Sorry.
Kyle Palmieri of the New York Islanders.
I was so enthralled with the preface. So I was like,
Nick was looking up the history of the word preface. He was like, what does it mean? Preface. But yes.
Kyle Palmieri, line 2, power play 1 on the New York Islanders. A regular 3 games this week, but he's been a stud all year.
Yeah.
Shots, hits, points.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Palmieri is we list him as line 2 PP1, but he's playing with Bo Horvat, who is the main centerpiece of this New York Islanders team. So it's pretty much line 1 PP1. It just depends how the team is quote unquote listing them. But he's line 1 PP1. He'll get you 0.75 points per game. He'll get you 3 shots a game and 0.2 power play points. And honestly, the fact that this guy's on waivers and you're able to stream him on a weekly basis is already just very valuable. In your deep leagues, he's one of the guys that you pick up and you hold the whole season because he's at the end of your roster, and he just contributes on a weekly basis. In your shallower leagues, though, he's the type of guy that bounces on and off waivers, and this is one of those weeks that if you need a guy like this, he's a great option.
Yeah, pick him up while he's been hot. It's gonna be inconsistent. The Islanders have actually been pretty decent on offense as of late. We have a good sample size in his career to know that he's more of like a 55-point guy. He's outpacing that right now. He's on pace for 62 on the year.
The Islanders are hot.
That being said, yeah, they are. I mean, look, I had Schaefer as my sell high not long ago. It's looking like he's kind of here to stay. Rookie defenseman, still going to be inconsistent, as is the whole team, because this is not an offensive wagon. But definitely, as Bo Horvat's been on fire. Palmieri's stapled to him on line 1/2, whatever, the Horvat line and power play 1. So, yeah, he's a great pickup this week. Next, we have a guy with 4 games and 2 off nights, Tyler Seguin of the Dallas Stars.
You didn't even let me do the number 9.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You think you have friends.
Josh.
You think you have friends, and then something happens. and then they betray you on your podcast.
Honestly,
I will
with
remember
how
this.
on fire they've been. No, I'm okay. That was the only one we're skipping. So Tyler Seguin at number 9. Line 2, power play 2 of the Dallas Stars, the offensivist offense that's ever offensed.
Yeah, since coming back from injury, I feel like he started a little bit slow. Last 2 weeks, he's at 0.86 points per game. He's on line 2 on a Dallas team that's clicking on all cylinders right now. What to note with Seguin, though, he's not going to get you the most category coverage. Maybe we see upticks in the future as he progresses further along from his injury. But right now, you're getting him for the points, the power play exposure. PP2 on Dallas is still not the worst. They have an incredible first unit, but PP2 can get it done as well. That's why he's number 9 on the list. 4 games on off nights, almost a point per game over the last 2 weeks. He shoots only about 1 shot a game, 1.5. So it's not anything to write home about, but this is like a point stream.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because we think of Dallas as an absolutely offensive, insane team, which really they are. But right now they're in kind of in 10th, 11th place for goals for. That's going to fluctuate by the time you hear this recording, so it's going to be around there. They should be top 3 in goals for per game rest of the season. So I would say that any player on this team can get you that offensive potential. And with the schedule this week, I really, really like Seguin as a pickup.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Next we have.
Oh, I was watching you.
No, I'm not forgetting again.
Number 8.
Okay. Of the Boston Bruins, clue, he has the same last name as another guy on the same team. We have not Elias, but Hampus Lindholm of the Boston Bruins, as mentioned. Line 2, power play 1 with McAvoy out. The Bruins have been quite the surprise this year. I thought they were going to be a dollar sign like they were last year, but it doesn't really look like they're going to be a bottom of the standings team anymore. That being said, it's kind of it's going to be up and down, and I mean they're first place in the Atlantic right now, which is pretty wild.
I still think it's up for debate. Like, if you pull up Boston's lineup and you look at it, you're like, how is this team in the NHL? Realistically, like they got 3 players and that's it. It's Pasta, it's Geeky, and then if you want to throw McAvoy in there, you can throw McAvoy in there. But then it's just like, a bunch of scrubs. And I don't want to do anybody dirty, but this Boston team being first in the Atlantic right now is, to me, they're finishing out of a playoff spot. So if I have Boston players, I'm trying to get them off my roster if possible, or if they're not a stud, which I don't know how many there are. But Hampus Lindholm, being PP1 without McAvoy there, brings value to your fantasy team. And it's always nice when we can recommend a defensive streamer, because right now Hampus Lindholm, as we speak, is only 9% owned. That already goes to show that not everybody's rushing to the waiver wire to pick him up after the McAvoy injury, but we're seeing the power play actually pretty, click a little bit since he's been out. Over the last 2 weeks, Hampus has 0.43 power play points, 0.7 points. So most of his points are coming from the power play, but that's not a bad thing. Boston has one of the best power plays this year. Does that stay consistent throughout the whole year? Probably not. But right now it's clicking, and you want to take advantage of that. If you have a defensive spot open and you want some power play production, I think he's one of the best names out there on this week. He only has 3 games, but it'll still be a really solid 3 games.
For sure. I mean, as long as he's got the power play 1, like you said. And one other thing to mention is that he did have one season where he got 53 points in 80 games. Like, nothing elite. This is not an amazing player. And when he has no power play 1, there's 0 value for fantasy. But given the fact that he does have it now, you could expect, 0.6 points per game while he has that. And minimal backcats, but still worth it because the points should be somewhat reliable. Even with the Bruins kind of declining. So we'll see what happens, but I don't mind it as a stream.
Absolutely.
All right. Next, we have
number 7.
Darren Radish.
Good one.
All right. Tampa Bay Lightning, line 2, power play 1. The Bolts play 4 games this upcoming week, and they are an offense that's been a bit of a question mark all season long. Braeden Point has also been a $. I don't know if we could say which I may bleep, but that's the idea there.
I think you can say it. I won't say it again, but you can say it.
All right, they've been a synonym for donkey offensively compared to what we think they're going to do. But I mean, look, they have in 20 games this season, they have 61 goals, and 23, the Bruins have 74. Like, this is something we expect to reverse, right? And less goals than the Maple Leafs. Like, they're just underperforming offensively right now, and even though they're winning by small margins. So when they tick up, the defenseman on that team who's going to be power play 1 is going to improve as well. And I think Radish is kind of, I mean, look, this is not someone you're have super strong conviction about as a player, but you have conviction about the team, the power play, and he's poised for success there this week.
I think you can already see that Darren Radish is the type of guy that, first of all, in years past has already given Victor Hedman a headache, because we've seen Hedman bumped off PP1 in the past, and for some reason they want to put Darren Radish there. When Darren Radish is not playing PP1, he's averaging like 8 minutes a night and is a scratch every other game. But with Hedman out, they want him on the power play, and that completely boosts his minutes. Like, since Hedman has been out, he's been averaging over 20 minutes a night, which is wild. I feel like all his production has come in the last 3 games, but we're already seeing that he can actually contribute on this team. When he's playing big minutes, he's shooting more. He'll get you some blocks. It's nothing fancy, but as long as Victor Hedman is out, and he's supposed to be missing multiple weeks, so this could be a multiple week stream as well. If you're the Hedman owner, I just pick up Radish and then coast until Hedman is back and just make the swap when they're healthy. But Radish right now is actually pretty valuable for fantasy. He's exposed to one of the best power plays, even though they haven't necessarily been clicking on all cylinders the whole season yet. But he's the same type of player that's somebody that's not on this list, Axel Sandin Pelika, who, got some PP1 exposure on Detroit, and everybody's like, oh, do I pick him up? Like, did he bump Sider off completely? I'd rather have Darren Radish, because even though I know he's getting bumped off when Hedman is back, I still think those weeks are going to be valuable, whereas Pelinka doesn't have, the category coverage, and also he's not super contributing on the power play when he's there as well. So just if people were curious where we stand on that, like, Pelinka's not going to make this list at all, but Radish, I think, really deserves to be here. He's got 4 games as well. I think it's a great stream, and it could be a hold until Hedman is back.
Yeah, I really like what you said there, especially the fact that he turns him from Victor Hedman into Victor Headache when when he randomly takes
it's like, why is
spot.
Hedman bumped off again? Who is there?
Literally,
Why?
Literally, it's rough out here. But the main idea is that you have the opportunity to pick him up. He's not super high owned, and 4 games, the volume's going to be there on a power play that should be quite good this upcoming week. Okay, next.
Number 6.
When a player's name is spelt like this, I'm never sure how to pronounce it, even though he is one of the guys on this list that's on my team, and I love him, and the last name, no issues there. But I don't know if we say Artyom or Artyom Levshunov. Where do you stand on that?
I say Artyom. But
Artyom?
it's
Okay.
whatever Artyom wants. Artyom wants.
So the solution here is that Artyom has got to listen to this and tell us how to best pronounce his name.
Yes.
Little side tangent there. Remember when UPL was in a thing and just like an interview post game, and it was like, actually, the way to pronounce my name is Ukko-Pekka Lukkonen, and I was like, whoa, wow, that was melodic.
I've never seen a name pronounced with more rhythm in my life.
Seriously, it was brilliant musical stuff over there. Anywho. At number 6, we have Artyom Levshunov of the Chicago Blackhawks. Regular 3 games this week, no off nights. That being said, Connor Bedard, oh my goodness, what a player. And if this is another guy that I had extremely strong conviction of, decently strong conviction of, that was a bit of an exaggeration, because he was drafted 2nd overall last year by the Chicago Blackhawks, and they don't really have any elite offensive potential coming up from like their decor. We were kind of high on Rinzel just because of the concept of him being power play 1. Then he lost it, and now Levshunov. I mean, look, this is a team that is not necessarily making a deep push this year. Best they'll be a fringe playoff team, and if they do have success, which again, like, I'm not saying that they will be a fringe playoff team, but they're not going to like be tanking like they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're trying.
No, they want to win. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. So they're gonna, like, alongside that, it's really important to get their young future superstars, going, and Levshunov is gonna keep that power play deployment for the foreseeable future because he's producing there, and they want to get him going. Those 2 things going for him. I really like him being there. The Batcats, not really existence, but the points have been really, really nice, and I've really enjoyed owning him as I have. So I think that he could be a good stream for this week and beyond.
Yeah, I think the main thing with Levshunov is the power play deployment, right? Like, we didn't hate him as a player, we hated his deployment, and it's good to at least have these guys on your radar early on in the season, knowing where the opportunity is for the guy that's currently on PP1 to get dethroned, and Levshunov was like the classic candidate for that. Rinzel got bumped off, Levshunov came on, and he's been doing really well ever since. You want exposure to this Chicago Blackhawks power play right now because it feels like everybody that's on it is going off. Like, we're seeing Bertuzzi miss games, come back, score multiple goals. It's actually pretty crazy. Bedard's raising the tide for everybody on this team right now. It's really special to watch. Levshunov, he's power play 1 defenseman. We just talked about how it's difficult to stream points from the defenseman position, and that's why usually this list encompasses mostly multi-forwards, right? But we just named 3 defensemen in a row, Lindholm, Radish, and Levshunov, that are options for this upcoming week, which is really cool. his, like Jakey said, his category coverage is not anything special. You'll get slightly above 1 shots, hits, and blocks, which, listen, it's not nothing, but that's not why you're owning him. The power play is going off right now. 2/3 of his points are from the power play, which is nuts. You ride it while it's hot. He's a great option this week. And then as long as they're clicking, you want him on your team. And that's pretty much how I look at the situation.
Yeah, like we're all higher on Schaefer than Levshunov, like for sure.
It's not close.
Like
Schaefer is a different stratosphere.
Totally agree. But Schaefer's 93% owned. Levshunov is 29% owned. And what's kind of important to mention is that over the last month, Levshunov has averaged 0.64 points per game, and Schaefer's averaged 0.53 points per game. Yes, the Batcats are better significantly, like, over double the shots for Schaefer, but Levshunov's got better power play points. And the big one here is that rookie defensemen, young defensemen in the NHL, the inconsistencies are going to be there. And the points for Levshunov are all assists. He has not scored a single goal all season. So as far as the consistent metric goes, like, you could say that he's going to have good weeks and bad weeks. I mean, that's just the nature of it. But I'm looking at them points-wise in a similar place, even though Batcats, it's by far Schaefer way better. And nobody considers them in the same stratosphere. I'm just giving you like 2 young defensemen on up-and-coming teams that are, one is thought about as like the next big thing, and the other one's like, oh, okay, cool. Right?
Yeah, so it's good to look at the numbers and see like how far they are in terms of like a gap from each other in value, because if you're looking at the name value, it's completely one-sided, right?
Exactly.
I do think that the way this power play is converting for Chicago is not super sustainable, whereas Schaefer's production is going to be consistently at this level because Levshunov has 0.65 points per game over the last month, and 0.5 of those are on the power play. So like it's just it's not something that you can consistently have throughout the whole season. If that goes down to like a 0.2, 0.25, like you'll see him average less than half a point per game. But right now it's hot. You ride it while it's hot.
Yeah.
And obviously much rather have Matthew Schaefer because it's going to be consistent. But it's
I just wanted to like
in a small window of time how similar players can be, even when there's 90% roster versus 30% rostered.
Exactly. And that's what this transaction is really for. It's this coming week, and then, whatever. Like, no reason to drop him if he's still performing well. So that's kind of where I'm at with this.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on to
number 5.
We have, of the Minnesota Wild, Mats Zuccarello. Captain Norway over there, yeah.
Yes, Captain Norway is well said. He's been on a tear recently. Like, if you open his game log, like, he's been clicking on all cylinders. He's even been hitting, too. He could easily be higher on this list. I still think the guys ahead of him are worth picking up more, but would I be shocked if he gets the most points in this upcoming week? I would not. He's playing line 1, PP1 with Kaprizov. I think, we've seen them have chemistry in the past. Boldy has had that spot in the past as well. But the initial duo was Kaprizov and Zuccarello. So Minnesota's a team that have been fluctuating a lot this season. His value goes up and down, but Zuccarello, since playing with Kaprizov, has been very successful. I am really interested in streaming him this upcoming week. I think he'll do very well for your fantasy teams.
Yeah, and okay, this is about to be a joke, so please don't get mad. Daniel Yurov, what a guy. I'm telling you, that Russian communication
when anybody playing between a line with Zuccarello and Kaprizov is going to be noteworthy for fantasy. Am I rushing to pick up Yurov? Probably not. But while he's there, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Always ahead of the curve,
what? I'm telling you, that was maybe a bit too ahead of the curve. I'm just saying also with one thing with Zuccarello is that since he's gotten back from injury, they've won, at the time of this recording, 5 games and lost 1, the Minnesota Wild. That's partially because Wallstedt has been an absolute monster, and Gustafsson has actually been decent too when he's playing. But I mean, this Minnesota Wild team has had like a pretty roller coaster year. But one thing that you can expect is that when Zuccarello's there, he's going to put up the points. Like, he's always been a 0.8 to 1 point per game kind of player.
He's been a point per game player now. Like, ever since coming back from injury, he's been a point per game. He's not getting you the shots or like many hits or many blocks.
Yeah.
But 0.3 power play points, a point per game, like, that's incredible production that you can just stream off waivers.
Exactly. Like, he's good in his own right, playing with one of the best players in the world. So the recipe's there, and he will succeed. Okay. All right. Yeah, we have
Number
That was a weird
4.
transition.
I was like, is that a transition or is it not a transition?
Okay, all right, we have. Okay, best first name in the game of the Vancouver Canucks. Jake Debrusk, line 3, power play 1. He can get you 1,000 billion shots in one game. And that alone can almost put you over the edge.
1,000
for
billion is
your
a lot.
week. Yeah, maybe 1,000,000,000. But like seriously, he is like has these games where he just puts up insane shots on goal, and sometimes they go in, rarely, but sometimes they do. And yeah, his points have been really good as of late. Over his last 7 games, he's got 6 points, scoring in 6 of the 7 of them. So it's not like it all came from one game. And he's on a 3-game power play point streak. So we like the process there, and it's looking pretty good for a guy that's only 26% owned.
Over the last 9 games, he has 6 power play goals. Like, it's just nuts. Like, he has 1 assist over the last 9 games. Everything else, power play goals. So you're looking at the deployment, you're like, line 3, and we're recommending him. Like, what's up with that? This PP1 for some reason is going off. For somebody with this level of deployment, where he's shooting significantly, like look at his shots over the last month, 3 shots over the last month, over the last 2 weeks, 2.57. Like, that's really crazy numbers for a guy that you can just pick up off waivers, who is clinical on the power play, who can score goals, which we know are already more valuable in your points leagues and even in your category leagues. Yes, goals and assists are technically weighed the same, but it's way harder to stream a goal than it is to stream an assist. So a guy like this is pretty valuable. He is currently 26% owned, and he's on a tear right now. I could see him potentially being 40% owned next week, but because of everybody streaming him for this power play production.
Yeah, totally. He this is not necessarily a good Canucks team, but they've been scoring.
They've been scoring
they really
a lot.
have. Elias Pettersson has been awesome, and the power play one, like you said, is clicking. So I think it's a really good pickup for this week. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just like a 1-week hold and then he just falls off the face of the earth.
No, definitely not.
Wait, definitely not. He'll fall off the face of the earth, or he's
definitely not. Like, would not be surprised that he's just a 1-week hold.
Yeah, exactly. But it's we like saying ride it while it's hot. So
yeah, I do like riding it while it's hot.
Cool. All right. Next we have the second in command to the throne of the Alliteration Kings on the Vegas Golden Knights. Who? ? Braeden Bowman, line 1, power play 1, get out of town. What an opportunity for this guy.
Number 3.
Sorry.
Braeden Bowman. It's really okay. But Bowman is one of those names that people were very interested when we saw him get called up. We saw him put immediately on PP1. We're like, okay, is this the type of guy we pick up immediately, or do we watch and see what happens? If you're in a very deep league, like I'm in a league where everybody that plays in the NHL is rostered, he somehow was available because he wasn't in the NHL before. I picked him up before even seeing 1 game. In your normal leagues, like, this is not the type of player that you pick up right away. But now it's been a few games, and we're seeing he is definitely worth picking up. He's got 4 games this upcoming week. He's playing line 1, PP1 with Jack Eichel. The deployment is there. That's already the foundation for a good pickup. He's playing over 16 minutes a night. He has 2 power play points in his first 5 games. He can shoot. Like, there's just nothing that you hate about this guy for what you're getting him. He's 5% owned right now. 5%. That's just 5 stars on YouTube. 5%. I'm really interested in what he can do. Obviously, when the Mark Stone comes back, his deployment probably gets shifted. He might even get sent down. But right now, Mark Stone is not coming back this week. They have 4 games. He has line 1 PP1 playing with the best players on his Vegas team. He's a really interesting pickup. I would love to have him on my team this upcoming week.
Yeah, this has like.
He's a goal scorer
This
too.
shouldn't. Sorry?
He's a goal scorer too.
Yeah, and there is like there's no real necessarily fantasy, relation here to IRL, but when you think about it, given this opportunity after not having been drafted, like he's playing for something.
Yeah.
He wants to keep playing for something. He's not like gonna keep the power play 1 with Stone there, but if he's has 4 points in 5 games in the NHL this year, and it looks like, he could keep that line one. I wouldn't be surprised if they just shuffle it around and keep him there over Barbashev
I mean,
when Stone does come back.
Barbashev usually plays left wing, and Barbashev wasn't even on PP1 before Bowman got brought up. So the fact that they brought Bowman up, put him on line one, and then also put him on the power play ahead of guys that have already been there on the team, it just goes to show that what they see in this player, what they like the look that he gives them on the power play as well, and he's converting. He's getting the opportunity and he's converting. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist in 5 games. How would you not be interested in a guy like this?
No, for sure. It's just fantastic. I think it's a great stream. Plus the 4 games, the volume's going to be there. We love it. Okay, take it away.
Number 2.
Of the Calgary Flames, second player on this list who's on my team, love to see it, Matt Coronato. 16% owned. He was pretty hyped coming into this season, and then he kind of fell off the face of the earth because the Flames were awful, and they're still not a good team. That being said, he is shooting, oh my goodness, the shots on goal,
it's nuts.
11, 5, 6, 4, 4, 3, 3 over that span. What in the heck?
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. The power play points have been amazing. 0.33 over the past week. 1 point per game. I mean, I am so happy having picked him up. And it's really like this is a ride it while it's hot situation. I wouldn't be surprised if he, shoots less than 11 on that next game.
I built my house on that he shoots less than 11. But he could prove me wrong.
He shoots 12? No.
Yeah.
But I actually, this is a good player on a bad team situation because he is really, the best offensive player that this team has for the future. Kadri's a better player, no question. But I think, he's him over Huberdeau, Farabee, Sharangovich, Zary, they're going to keep giving him the opportunities because they're far from competing this year. I don't expect him to score a lot of goals, but when they do, he can be involved.
Yep. I mean, listen, when a guy's shooting like this, you have to be interested. Even though they don't have 4 games this week, he could outshoot most guys that have 4 games, which is just nuts to think about. Calgary is the type of team that you're not really thrilled with the offense, the offensive capabilities of their team. But there's a lone bright spot here, and it is Coronato. The issue is it's still Calgary, and the power play doesn't always click. It's one of the worst in the league, and they don't really score a lot of goals, but doesn't stop them from getting hot here and there. And I think right now they're a little hotter. They're converting on the power play a little bit more, and he's the type of guy that is going to be involved in those situations. So on a week like this, that you need shots, you need points, and you need exposure to the best players on the team, he's the type of guy that you stream.
Yeah, they have the second least goals for in the NHL, right? But over the last 10 games, they're 4-5-1. So it's not as if they're not doing anything as of late. Like you said, they're kind of picking up the pace a little bit. They're Dustin Wolf really carried them last year. This is not going to be a team that's close to the playoffs. I think the Pacific is extremely top heavy. The wealth gap, the wage gap, or whatever you want to call it, there is just ridiculous. So Flames are going to be the bottom of the Pacific, but NHL teams do score goals. And when NHL teams score goals, the players on those teams score goals. And Matt Coronato is getting decent minutes and is going to be a big part of it. That's kind of my thesis there.
He's got 4 goals in his last 5 games. A guy like this that's already shooting at this level and that's currently hot, he's interesting. Yeah. You get him on your team.
Yes. Okay. At
number 1.
This was a coincidence.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my Florida Panthers shirt.
For all those on YouTube, you can see what Jakey's wearing.
Yes, I have a Florida Panthers shirt because they were my squad.
An OG Florida Panthers shirt.
OG. It is. It actually is. And
this is the old logo.
This logo is so cool with the cat.
I can't believe they changed it.
I don't know why. It's actually, and even the color scheme of the old jerseys. Look at when Luongo played on Florida the first time. What a stud. Even with the pads, oh man, that whole setup was just next level. Very, very Olli Jokinen vibes over here. But anyway, of the Florida Panthers at number 1, line 1, power play 1, Sam Bennett. Not very sad.
That was a good not.
After the contract, I was so high on him coming into the season, but he has been, I love saying this word apparently, usurped by Anton Lundell, who has really stepped up big. I think they just need to make sure that a Finnish guy is the top center on their team, and that's just the way they win. So
he's like a mini Barkov. Right now, Lindell is only 36% owned, which is criminal for what he's been doing the entire season.
Yes.
It's just the consequences of playing in leagues that only start 2 pure center positions, because, I mean, you're going to draft a lot of pure Cs that are studs, and Lundell just doesn't have the name value to be like held above like a Heischer or whatever, even though he's been significantly better the entire season. And right now you get to benefit from that because you get to stream him on this upcoming week with line 1 PP1 production. He's playing all the important minutes for this team. He has been averaging basically a point per game the whole season, like 0.8 to a point per game, depends on the week. He's shooting. He'll get you close to 2 shots a game, which is not crazy, but in face-off win leagues, he'll get you almost double digits. He's also throwing in a hit here and there. The power play is clicking for Florida right now. Like we saw even, Seth Jones, who was a buy low candidate for us in recent episodes, who had 2 power play goals recently. So just goes to show that, Reinhardt, the tide has lifted on him. It feels like the only guy that was producing before was Lundell and Marchand, and now everybody else starting to get involved. Florida's starting to be better. They're trying to usurp Boston from being the first seed in the Indian Atlantic.
No, usurp. Sorry,
usurp. I serve. But yeah, I think Lundell is a fantastic candidate. This is the type of player that if you need a pure C, like he's a hold like rest of season. Like this deployment is not in question. He's going to be surrounded by the best talent on this team. As Florida gets better, he will get better, and he's already really good. So fantastic opportunity to pick him up here. Still only 36% owned. Like I said, he's a great player.
Yeah. Like look at these 2 stat lines. 1 assist, 1 power play point, 2 shots, 14 faceoffs, 2 hits and a block. Even take the faceoffs out of it, that's elite. But with the faceoffs, that's like round 1 vibes. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's insane production. And then the next game, 1 goal, 5 shots, 16 faceoffs, 2 hits. Any player that does that at any point in the season has something special about him. In addition to that, he's on what could be still the best team in the NHL. Probably not without Barkov, but regardless, like, they're going to make a playoff push and he's going to just be the best center on this team, which is devastating because I was super high on Bennett and have him in my main league, but that's neither here nor there. Lundell is here to stay. I love it for this year, and there's no reason he's under 40% owned. That's absurd, like you said. So, yeah. Gets the blood going. Okay, now let's get into our top 5 bangers for this coming week. They're all under 40% on as well.
All under 40%. These are guys that we're going to be focusing on to get you hits, blocks, and some PIMs if your league has PIMs. So less fancy names in terms of, the points production, but these are the guys that you can pick up that are less than 40% owned, that are maybe like classic names that you know of, that you've heard of already for bangers leagues, but they're still widely available and worth a look for this upcoming week.
Yes. Okay, let's start off at
number 5.
Braeden McNabb, 1.5 hits, 3.3 blocks. We don't talk about him that much. He's not a mainstay like the other guys on this list have been, But this is a volume section. When there's volume, there's production for the bangers guys. And his blocks have been insane. 3.3 blocks is wild.
He blocks the most in the league. And he blocked the most in the league. He's only 23% owned, and he'll chip in almost 2 hits a game. Like, this is the type of guy that if you know your opponent in your potential matchup is really good at blocks, he's the main pickup for you. He plays 4 games, best blocker in the league. Yeah, it's very one-dimensional, but if you're already good at the other categories, like, this is the type of guy that you stream to flip the one category that you need.
Yeah, and his hits could get better than this. They have been better than this. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely on it. He's like the 1.6 to 1.8/2 type of guy, but that's already very solid for the amount of blocks you're getting.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, yeah. Top blocker in the league is is quite something. So the guy who has him in our league is one of the best teams. So you can, if you're an elite team in every other way, like this is someone you pick up because he's just going to win you blocks for this week, and you're also going to win the other categories. Okay, next.
Number 4.
Of the Utah Mammoth. They have a team name now. Jack
Sadly.
McBain. Yeah, I missed the days when they were just the Utah. Jack McBain. 1.2 PIMs on the season, 1.4 shots, 5 faceoffs, which is very nice. Very nice. And 2.5 hits. That was a Borat reference for those who don't know.
Can't believe you just have to mansplain your Borat reference.
We got Jack McBain. This is even without the faceoffs, it's kind of like a nice little cherry on top. This is another 4-game week. He'll get you the back categories. Not much more to say there.
5% own, basically a double-double, and the thing is the PIMs here. The 1.2 PIMs per game on the season, PIMs are really rough to stream because usually the guys that average a lot are guys that tend to fight a lot, or you can have a kind of like non-reliable numbers when you look at a guy that got like a game misconduct that's not usually like an enforcer type of guy, and you're like, oh my god, he averages like a PIM per game. It's just because he got a game misconduct at the very end of the game or something like that. But this is the type of guy that you can rely to get PIMs. He's 1.4 shots, 5 face-off wins, 2.5 hits. The hits threshold is high, almost 2 shots, which is great, and the PIMS exposure for a guy that's center left wing eligible. Usually you get this production from defensemen, but you can get it from a forward this week, and Jack McBain is one of the best names for it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, next we have
number 3.
I'm really amazed that you're not like
you drink a lot of coffee and water.
Seriously though, that's tough to do. When you were gone that episode, and I had to, it was really like it was exhausting. So
do a lot of say in my spare time, so it really helps.
Okay, all right. We have of the New Jersey Devils, Brendan Dillon, who's been really, really reliable for hits and blocks this season. 2.6 hits on the season, 1.8 blocks. This is all volume, guys. I mean, 4 games this week, he's gonna get you the numbers.
4 games this week. This is the type of guy that you like. I drafted Romanov to get me over 2 hits and over 2 blocks, and Romanov has been butt. And Donkey also
synonymous
works
for donkey.
Yes. And now he's hurt, so I gotta cut him, and maybe I'll stream Brendan Dillon, which I know he's not available in my league, but he might be available in yours. And if you need a guy that's going to give you a lot of hits and a lot of blocks, 4-game week, this is the type of guy you stream. And usually hits and blocks production are pretty consistent. Like points and shots can go up and down, but hits and blocks, when the guys are like, when it's their specialty, they usually come through. So Brendan Dillon is one of those names that I'm always looking at picking up on a 4-game week when I need hits and blocks.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Okay, next.
Number 2.
This is the fanciest name in the NHL when pronounced elegantly, and which Josh loves to do, so shout out to Josh for this one. 2 off nights, 4 games of the Dallas Stars. We have Lian Bichelle. I actually can't get over the difference between Lian Bichelle and Lian Bichelle. It's like so.
It's just it's how you say
different. Exactly, but it really, like, the pronunciation just really makes or breaks it. I can't think of another player in the NHL that has this dichotomy. Is that the word?
Sure.
I need Josh to be here to check my vocabulary. But anyway, nevertheless, he's been really, really solid all season. 0.8 PIMs, which is very nice. 3.5 hits, 1.1 blocks.
Yeah, the reason why he's more of a, I would say, interesting name now is because this is the type of guy that's always been super one-dimensional. So even in bangers leagues, he's usually widely available. Right as we speak, he's 18% owned, and it was less than that a week and a half ago. Because ever since the Thomas Harley injury, he's been pushed into a situation where he's playing top 4 minutes for defensemen. So instead of playing, 14, 15 minutes a night, he's now playing closer to 20 minutes a night. And if you're a defenseman like this that specializes in getting hits, not really blocks, but if you're on the ice more, you're going to block more. So we haven't seen the blocks take up that much since the injury, but the hits are still there and the PIMs are still there. Like he's the type of guy that his PIMs are not necessarily from the game misconducts or the fights or whatever. He's just undisciplined on the ice because he's still very young. So he's getting a lot of minor penalties, and that's good for your PIMs leagues. So I like him a lot. I picked him up in week 7 proactively for this week 8 stream, because with the Thomas Harley injury and the extra minutes, I'm hoping that his hits go up and his blocks go up, and I think it's very valuable for bangers leagues. I'm really interested in Leanne Bichel.
Yeah, it's this is not to speak to any offensive potential, okay, but it's kind of noteworthy that in 2022 he was a first round pick for them. He was picked 18th overall, and that means to me that with the opportunity and the defensive injuries that they currently have, he's gonna keep the decent minutes. I genuinely believe in that, because they're still trying to get him going. He's only 21 years old, and he's like an absolute wrecking ball out there. Shout out to Miley Cyrus. And
Shout out,
yeah,
baby.
I mean, like, if you look at the other defensemen on this team, you have Haskin and Lindell, who are kind of mainstays, and then like Kyle Copacabana. I'm kidding. I know it's Capobianco, but it's kind of funny to pronounce it that way. Vladislav Kolyachonok, Alex Petrovic, and then Leon Bichel. I mean, the other 3 guys are not really a thing in the NHL. So,
well, their families disagree, but
I said in the NHL. I mean, we're all proud of them. Like, good job. You worked hard. You're there. I'm sure you're making very decent money, but still.
But for fantasy this week, they're not relevant at all, and they suck. But Bichel, however, you should definitely pick up.
Yeah. Okay, and then at
number 1,
this guy just gets it done. Of the Anaheim Ducks, the captain, the one, the only, Radko Gudas. And the crowd goes wild.
The crowd does go wild. I hear everybody in the YouTube comments going crazy for Radko Gudas. But I feel like Gudas is
such a surprise. That
seriously. I mean, he's just one of those names that if you're in a bangers league and you talk about Gudas and he's available in your league, you're just like, oh, okay, you play in a Mickey Mouse league. Like, what type of bangers league doesn't have Gudas rostered? He's only 21% rostered as we speak, 4% up from last week. He was injured for a significant amount of time, and a lot of people dropped him. They didn't have the luxury of holding him. But now he's back. He might not be playing 20 minutes a night anymore, but he doesn't need to play 20 minutes a night to still be super valuable for your fantasy team. He's been healthy for 3 games since injury. He got 4 hits, 5 hits, 7 hits. Blocks 3-1-2. That's an average of 2. So all that to say, this is the type of guy that has such a high ceiling for bangers. He's still good for PIMs because he's a fighter. You're not picking him up for the shots, but he still averages over a shot a game. But the hit ceiling and the blocks, he's one of the best guys that have the combo of both. And I'm really upset that we let Josh pick him up in our league of record.
Yeah, big time. That, and then he leaves us. Shame.
Yeah, seriously. And he scored a goal 2 games ago. Like, how do we let Josh get away with this?
No, it's crazy. I mean, like, any sprinkle of offense that you'll get, which is not going to be like totally non-existent. Like, I have more like faith in his offense than Leanne Bichel's as an example of the same archetype.
He'll get you 0.2 or 0.3 points. I don't think it's more than Leanne Bichel, but it's not anything to write home about. I don't want anybody to get confused here.
No. I'm just saying it's like it could happen because his shots are not like never a thing. So that's nice. But the hits and the blocks, mainly the hits, is where it's at. He tries to hit. Like, that's what he does. And to be honest, there's something to be said for a team that's now really, really good, which the Anaheim Ducks are, and the older guys kind of just like falling out of favor and not really being, relevant on the team. That being said, he is the captain. When he's on the ice, he's going to do what he's done his entire career, which is go out and hit guys and do whatever he can to boost his team. He's not going to become irrelevant, given that now they're an insane offensive team, which obviously could slow down. Nevertheless, it's still good. But what I really love is that Gudas has the respect in the locker room. He's going to just keep doing what he's been doing his entire career, and it's going to be really, really great for bangers leagues. There's no banger league that's above 10 teams that he should be on free agency. That's
Agreed.
what I think. So, yeah, he's a great one for this week. All right, Captain Technical Difficulties over here. Okay. Our top 3 waiver pickups for this week are Braeden Bowman, Matt Coronato, and Anton Lundell. So pick them up because they'll be super helpful for your squad.
2 out of 3 of them have a 3-game week. Bowman's got a 4-game week, but we're confident that all of them will pay dividends this week if you pick them up.
Yes, big time. Okay, let's get into our top 3 quantity goalie starts. Just to refresher for everybody. These guys are going to get 2+ starts this coming week, and they are under 40% owned.
Yep. I would say just we're ranking them 1 to 3, but they're not always. There's not always to separate these guys. If you need goalie starts, these are great. These are great names. We will cover quality goalies after if you need more of a quality touch to your matchup. But at number three.
Arturs, she loves me not, of the Pittsburgh Penguins, who I dropped a lot of fab on this week for agency budget, and I'm scared because he had a big, not good game last time he played.
he just got lit up against Minnesota. They lost 5-0. He let in 4 goals on 10 shots. So if you're looking at this last game and you're like, why are we recommending him? I understand. But he's still the starting goalie for Pittsburgh. He's going to play 2 games this upcoming week. He's been solid all year. Games like this happen. We've seen Bobrovsky poop the bed recently. We've seen, Blackwood hasn't been super solid. Like the best goalies are not always going to be the best performers on a weekly basis. Everybody is susceptible to a bad start. His just happened to happen last game. So,
yeah. And these are beatable teams that they're playing. They can easily beat Buffalo, and then they have Columbus, Toronto on a back-to-back. Either one that he gets there, I think Pittsburgh could win, but I'd prefer that he plays Toronto.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's the type of team that, like, they've been winning a lot of games. They're kind of starting to slow down, which we all expected. They could win all these 3 games. They could lose all these 3 games. I would not be shocked. But when you know what she loves, he's going to get 2 starts, and he should be solid in all 2 of these starts.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next.
Number 2.
We have not Kevin of the Banger Management Fantasy Hockey Podcast, but Kevin of the Vancouver Canucks, Kevin Lankinen. That was a very necessary intro.
Yes, it was.
They got 3 games this week: Anaheim Ducks, San Jose Sharks, and LA Kings. So that's he kept messing up in the show docs last year with one of the things. I think it was SJ, or was it you?
It was me
on purpose. Who did that?
It was me. I worked in the airport too long that I was putting airport codes instead of team names. But Kevin Lankinen, now the starter for the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah.
Anaheim maybe seems scary with what they've been doing, but it could easily be a low-scoring game. And then San Jose and the Kings, like, just Lankinen is a solid goalie. Vancouver is a little bit hot right now. You know he's going to get 2 of these starts. That's kind of what you're looking for here.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. This transaction scares me. I prefer Shilovs over Lankinen for sure this week based on their matchups. And I actually think that they're going to lose 2 out of these 3 games. I just don't know which. That being said, quantity is where it's at here, and he's going to get the quantity. So that's really the whole point of this section. And he is a decent goalie in his own right. Like, it's not like it's impossible that they'll win 2 out of the 3. I don't really think that they will. I think they're going to go 1-2 on the week.
Yep.
What about you? Do you agree?
I mean, yeah, I would not bet my house on them winning any specific game here. I think they'll win one of these at least.
Yeah.
Would I bet my house on either one of them? Yeah, I think San Jose is probably the easiest, but they've also been pretty solid recently, and they're like coming out of games bringing wins. It could honestly be like the Kings, depending on who the defense is there, like the goalie, sorry. But yeah, anyways, he's a good option, especially if you need quantity, and this is more of a long-term pickup as well, because if you're struggling at goalie, like, he'll be an average goalie. He'll be an average goalie for you, but he'll get you starts.
Concur with that. And we have at
number 1
Jake, not of the Banger Management Fantasy Hockey Podcast, but of the New Jersey Devils, Jake Allen.
What are the odds? We get back-to-back. We have to find a Josh goalie so we can put at number 3. But I guess Arturs will have to suffice. We'll call Josh Arturs on that next episode.
I was going to say Arturs has to change his name to Josh, but maybe Josh has to change his name to Arturs.
Arturs has a nice ring to it. I think we should do that.
You know what? As consequence for missing this episode, next time I introduce us, and everyone's gonna get it who's listening to this episode, but who Josh will not know what we're talking about. I'm gonna say welcome in with Jake, Arturs, and Kevin, and he's gonna be like, what is going on? And we just have to pretend that that's been his name this entire time. Okay, cool. Anyway,
like a prank from The Office.
Exactly. Back to the point here of the New Jersey Devils, Jake Allen. They play Detroit, St. Louis, Buffalo / Philly on a back-to-back. They can demolish and should demolish St. Louis because they suck,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry because I thought they were going to be good, and I was wrong. It happens, but we're usually right. And
Yes.
Buffalo, Philly, they can also win both of those games. Detroit's a tough matchup, but New Jersey's still a wagon. I know with the Hughes injury, they're slowing down. They are not going to be as good as they have been all season. Nevertheless, I still think that this is a decent team, and if he gets 3 of these games, like wow, I mean, it's pretty good.
You might be like, wait, what happened to Jacob Markstrom? Jacob Markstrom is currently, first of all, bad, and also, second of all, kind of banged up. He's healthy enough to back up, but not healthy enough to start for some reason.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just their way of having an excuse to bench him because he's been awful. And Allen has actually been pretty good in the starts that he's been given. He's starting the last game of week 7 as well. So, we're getting the opportunity to see what he can do in this role. Like, does Jake Allen still have it in him to play the volume? I think he's younger than you expect as well. I feel like I thought he was closer to 40 years old. I think he's like 33 or 35 or something. But nonetheless, you're picking up the starter on New Jersey for the current moment. He'll get you at least 2. He could probably get you 3 starts this upcoming week. They're all winnable games as well. He's the clear best pickup for goalies this upcoming week. I think, like I said before, maybe you change the order with his 1, 2, 3, but this week Allen is a priority.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's been super good. His percentages over the past few games have been amazing. 9.58, 9.35, 9.71. That's super, super elite stuff. And Markstrom has been donkey.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just it's
he's been butt.
Yeah, he's definitely he's been butt. Yeah, so realistically, I think that they're gonna ride the hot hand here because they need to get the wins when Jack Hughes is out. That's an important element of it. So yeah, I like it a lot. Okay, now quality starts. These are goalies that are going to get one good game that they have a very high chance of winning, and they're also under 40% owned.
Yeah.
Let's start with.
Just before I do the throat goat, I will just say, like, these are games that you can never predict the quality of a specific goalie on any given day. Like, no matter how good the matchup is, you never know what can happen. But when you're streaming for one start, you want to stream for a win. And these are goalies that are going to give you a better than not chance at getting you a win for your fantasy team. So let's start with number 3.
You tell him. Nice. We have Carl Lindholm. He is playing Montreal and San Jose. Montreal, you may be saying, oh, okay, well, they're such a good team. Nope. No, they are not. Newhook being injured is like a real big deal, and not to get too into the weeds of the Habs this year, but they're really injured and banged up right now, and you could, Vegas should win for sure. And then they're playing San Jose, who's been hot, but they're still a young team, and there will be inconsistencies. Vegas is simply a better team than them, so I really like it as a quality start this week.
Yeah, Vegas is going to be the favorite in most of the games they play. Lindholm, listen, is not the best amazing goalie, but playing Montreal, playing San Jose, he can get a win in those games, and that's why you stream him.
Yes, I concur. Next at
number 2.
Of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Kidding. The Los Angeles Kings. You're
hilarious today, Jakey.
I'm so funny. Stop. I'm taking my hosting duties and I'm running with it, and also trying to compensate for forgetting your throat goating for a few of those. Okay. We have at number 2, Anton Forsberg. The Kings are playing the Ducks and Canucks on a back-to-back, and I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. And LA is a good team. LA is a very good team. I think their offense has been better than I thought they were going to be this year, and I always thought they were going to be shut down. So, when he doesn't play a lot, but when he does, because the Kings are good, you can expect some decent stats. So if he plays Vancouver, it's a W. Anaheim's a question mark, but I think he'll get the easier matchup. So if he plays Vancouver, I'm happy with it.
You're streaming a strong team against a team that's not as good as them. It's always a better opportunity than not to get a win. I like him.
Yeah. And of the Pittsburgh Penguins, what may turn into the bane of my existence, but I hope he does not, because I really want Shelovs to be the guy. But anyway, we have
number 1.
Loyal to our fans and tell them good options.
You're setting me up for failure here. What's happening?
No, that was just funny. I did that on purpose. All right. As Kevin said, number 1. You're so much better than me at it. I literally don't understand how you do it. Sergei Murashov of the Pittsburgh Penguins. He just kind of came out of nowhere and got a shutout when they were playing in Europe versus Nashville. And Shilovs has been, but as of late, I still think Shilovs is
Just
going to
one
get the
game.
volume. Yeah, I know, but still. Murashov did well. That's more Murashov being good than me being discouraged by Shilovs. But look, they have a back-to-back. Shilovs is going to get 2 games. Murashov should get 1. And as we spoke about before, both Columbus and Toronto are both beatable.
Yep. Listen, would I be shocked if Murashov plays 2 games this upcoming week? I would not, just because Shilovs did falter.
You just said that.
Yeah, Shilovs did falter recently, and like Murashov had the opportunity to come in and he played decently well. He just got a shutout before, but it was Nashville, so like Nashville is not the best competition either. But they have an easy-ish schedule coming up, so we'll see. This is a situation to monitor. Like I know we just recommended Shilovs as a quantity start, but the situation is constantly evolving. It's very fluid, so monitor. We'll keep you guys updated in the Discord specifically, but we know for sure Murashov is getting at least 1 game versus Columbus or Toronto, and it should be a good quality game.
Yes.
Well
said.
Well said.
Okay, that wraps up our Week 8 waivers episode. Thank you to everybody for listening. If you liked what you heard and you made it this far, which how could you not, because we're hilarious.
You specifically today, you're on one.
I'm just, yeah, I guess I am. Okay, thank you, as I said. And follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. Rate us 5 stars if you like what you heard, which I hope you did. Honestly, I hope you did. I think this.
I hope you did too. I think you did. Honestly, if you're here and listening to this right now, you probably liked what you heard.
Yes, I totally get it. Am I going to give you the take it away? Anyways, I have a few more things to say, but let's get to it. Subscribe on YouTube. We love YouTube. YouTube loves us, I think, I hope. And I love that we can say that above all. All the socials are in the link tree, which is in the podcast description. Join the Discord community. We have a great time there. And if you want to be having a great time, you should join because it's a lot of fun. It's a party, and we are really on the ball, recommending players, as soon as things turn around for them.
As soon as news breaks, you hear it there.
As of late, yes, exactly. We got a bunch of different channels. If you wanna vent, there's no better place than the depressed channel, which is called the my life sucks venting channel. But yes, but yeah, it's just a great community and it's growing every day. So yeah, be a part of it. And once again, please follow on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It really helps us. That's genuine, comes from the heart, and we would really appreciate it. I'm gonna ask you to take it away.
Yeah, you can.
Take it away, Ernie.
Banger Management, the Fantasy Hockey Podcast.
Woo! Woo! You added a the.
This is why I'm not suited for this role, okay? We need Josh back.